Hey everybody, this is Barry with your Gut Health Hotline hot tips for today. I'm going to, as quickly as I can, cover a majority of what my protocol is for me because of my short bowel syndrome type situation that I have going on. So this is what I do. This is what I have discovered helps me the most. There's 5 main things that I avoid. That's sugar alcohols, alcohol, seed oils, processed foods, and starches. Those are the main antagonists. Now, on top of that, there are some other ones. There are some vegetables that have things like lectins and other stuff that can contribute to it, but with some enzymatic activity and some other stuff we can talk about, I've been able to refine that. So the only oils that I do use are coconut and olive. I try to use them sparingly, no more than a tablespoon per day. I try to eat one meal keto-ish as possible. I try to have bone broth in it and a meat. Sometimes just a mushroom. Sometimes I go completely vegan on it. I use gut builders like probiotics. I use biofilm busters like Restore 3. I actually purchased the equivalent, the serapeptase, the protease, the soil-based probiotics. There's one other constituent. I use toxin magnets. You may have heard of MSM. I use something called organic sulfur. I'm about to start a regimen of a product from a company. I'm not going to reveal that here. They did trials, and it really helps with folks that have diarrhea. Folks with short bowel syndrome, like I do, have chronic diarrhea, and that's why I have absorption issues and have to take things like magnesium and stuff. I try to eat a lot of fruit. I also use cold-pressed organic fruit juice, particularly beets, 4 ounces at a shot, carrots and celery. Those are the 3 main constituents of juice when I juice. Those, in my opinion, give you the greatest bang for your buck. If you are doing anything pasteurized, centrifuged, I think you're wasting your money. My experience, because I'm real sensitive because of the way I am, when I try to do the green juices, there's too much in there that's concentrated of whatever it is that my body doesn't like from those green things, and I react to them. So that's a general landscape of the conglomerate. So, we can talk about Dr. Perlmutter, Dr. Hyman, Dr. Amy Beard. You can go to selfhacked.com. Goodness, what are some of these other doctors? So I've sifted through everybody. I've done everybody's stuff. I've been doing all this stuff for 10 years. And probably Dr. Hyman's Pegan type diet is sort of close. If you look at Karen Lee on Facebook, she says we're frugivores and we should be eating like all fruit. Some people heal themselves eating all fruit. That works for you, great. Didn't work for me because I wasn't able to maintain. I'm too skinny. I've already lost 25 pounds permanently. And so if I get too low, I tank. And that's not good for me. So the things that I focus on are nutrition. I assess it daily and weekly, then I address it daily and weekly. Exercise, I'm barely at a level 2 now. Level 1 is stretch, level 2 is walk. Level 3 is aerobic exercise. Okay? Level 4 is kind of like lifting weights. And then level 5 is high intensity interval training. My people say a couple of things. If you do HIIT, 2 20-minute sessions a week and you're good, you're just like the guy that runs 7 days a week. Hello? My other guy says 20 minutes of sweaty exercise in the morning will release a ton of, it's just a pharmacy of stuff that's stored in your muscles that must be exercised to be released. He says if you do that, things will change. Water. I try to drink at least half my body weight in remineralized water per day between meals. I try to get as much structured water as I can. I've got a hydrogen bottle that adds those, it electrically separates the water and creates hydrogen bubbles in there, which is, what do you call that? Yeah, that thing. So next, sunlight. As you can see, I'm starting to get a little bit of a tan. It's June. I haven't overdone it. You only need 10 to 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, most people, depending on your melanin levels and how much exposure you're able to get, and that's without sunscreen. My people knew, this is new to me, I have thrown away my sunglasses. They're called sun blocking glasses. I do use a yellow blue blocker, particularly in the afternoons and late and when I'm getting screen time. Temperance. If you understand temperance, it's the Goldilocks principle. You know, make it just right of all the things you need. Then the stuff you don't need, don't get it. If it gets in, get it out. Temperance. Air. First thing in the morning, either do the 4-4-4-4 or the 4-7-8 breathing. Reoxygenate your cells. Spend time in nature, among trees, seashore, the lake. After a thunderstorm, get that ionized air in. Buy you an air ionizing filter and put it in your room, in your hotel room, in your car. I've got a small one that can fit in my car. Air. Think about your air. Filter your air when possible and get out in the good air when possible. And again, first thing in the morning, oxygenate yourself. Rest. How much is enough? How much is enough for you? When do you sleep? How do you sleep? You assess this for each individual and address issues. Trust. We will talk about something the ancients knew about something your doctor won't address with you. Something you felt awakened in you around puberty. The ancients called it the werewolf. And then you may call it your soul. But your doctor's not going to teach you, train you, and talk to you about tempering your soul and what that means. How to read your soul, how to exercise your soul, how to exercise your spirit. Doctors don't talk about these things. So, I want to start a group. I want to hang out with you guys, have fun. I want it to be a safe place for you guys to come and talk. And let's get some of these things out in the air. And let's just be honest about it. Let's be honest about what's going on. But the focus needs to be more on what do we need to do. We know everything else is going on. We know who shot JR now. Okay? What we need to know is what do I need to do on an incremental daily basis to eat that elephant so that when I get to the me a year from now, I'm the me I want to be a year from now. And that 5 years from now, when I get to the me 5 years from now, I'm absolutely that me that I wanted to be today in the future. And that starts with eating the elephant today, right? Once you're done eating that elephant, you're that person. You've sloughed off all the stuff that you don't need, and all you're focused on is the simplicity of what you need. Mentally, it's hard to let go of things. Physically, you just let go. But just like the horse that's tied up to the plastic chair because it knows when its bridle is tied to something it can't move, maybe there's some things in your head that got you tied up that you can drop that rope and move on just as soon as you realize it. Maybe some of these things reside in places that you haven't awakened, become aware of, talked about. Nobody told you. Nobody told me. This is new to me. All right? So, I want to start a group. You ain't got to pay nothing at first. You can pay me later when we get to the calculus. You know how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You're okay with algebra, but you're not taught enough of it to really be, you're just dangerous with the algebra. I'll fully expand the algebra to you, explain what's going on fully, and then we'll do calculus. Oh, wait, Barry, that's math. Oh, crap. No, we're not going to do math. We're not, but that's the analogy. Because when it comes to all those things, we're actually taught a different story. So we have to unlearn the stuff that takes money out of our back pocket and incrementally gives profit to someone who doesn't give a rat's patootie about us. And we're going to simply focus on the things that provide joy to us, provide health to us, provide wealth to us, the wealth that we decide what is, you know. I'm rich. I'm so rich. I have so many cool people that I call friends that I get to go visit. I have a laptop lifestyle. I've used the law of attraction to create the life for myself exactly the way I wanted it. Now I got it. Oh my gosh. It's too much for me. I need to take some more people to the level that I'm at because I know there's people that want this. One day at a time. You get up in the morning, you wake up in awe, air, water, exercise. If you're juicing, you do your juice. You drink your water. We want to eat our water too. So, but you drink your water in the juice part of the time. You do it any other time because then that pulls. Okay. So enough on that. 12 minutes. If you don't have 12 minutes to spend on your health, you should probably spend about an hour. Think about it. I'm on your side. I'm looking for people that want to grow. I'm looking to make money, yes. Sure enough. Okay. You want to pay me $60 an hour to consult? I'm a gut health coach. $60 an hour a la carte, and we can talk about the packages that I got. Not really interested in the packages yet. The packages are calculus, and too many people don't fully understand the algebra yet. So when we get back to the basics and understand the basics of our physiology and our mentality and our spirituality, the way we were maybe 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 years ago when we were collectives, but we were tighter collectives and we had to be interdependent on one another without being, what does they call it, codependent. It was an interdependence. So I'm looking to create a group of folks where we're all intermingling and chiming in, and we're co-creators of a future of health, wealth, spirituality, mental wellness, physical wellness, overall holographic well-being. It just starts with small changes. Where's my elephant? It starts with small changes. I got me an elephant. We're going to eat this elephant one spoonful at a time. So, that's the name of the group. How to Eat an Elephant. All right? You want to learn how to eat an elephant? Raise your hand. Say I'm in. All right? Preach. Thank you. Give yourself a hug. You're awesome.